Good evening and welcome to
Monday Movie Madness with your host,
Mel and
Zim.
I think you get bigger every time you
I
do
think
that.
I do.
Like you just keep growing. You need to add some spirit fingers in there.
Spirit fingers.
All right, guys, we are here. As always, while we wait for folks to wander in, we'll talk about the things we've seen this week that are not Solo: A Star Wars Story, the movie we're discussing today.
Right.
Would you like to go first?
No, I'll go first. You have some this week.
I have like a movie. As always, I've seen some Doctor Who this week. We're on to Donna Noble's season.
Woo.
We watched
no more Martha.
So we're gonna pause for a moment so I can discuss why I dislike the Martha season. Okay, it is not because
she's annoying as heck.
But it's not because Martha isn't awesome and a strong female character, because she is. My issue is that Martha was so clearly written by men, because you've got this really incredible character who's brilliant in her own right, keeps pace for pace with the Doctor, except she's human and has way less experience with traveling time and space, and is about to become a doctor, and she spends the whole season going, oh, why doesn't he love me? Why does he keep loving Rose? Good old Rose. He always talks about Rose. And like pining over him the whole season. I'm like, what the hell? You got this brilliant character, and all she does for the entire season until the last 2 episodes is bitch and moan about the Doctor not liking her back. And it's just, I hate it. It's the reason I hate it. Like, it's totally not her fault. It's entirely on the writers, and shame on you guys. However, that's like a decade ago, so...
But just because you're a strong woman doesn't mean you're likable.
But she is likable in every other way.
Okay.
It is literally just she was written to be piney, and it's annoying. The pininess annoys me.
I realize you haven't seen these, but the killer in the Sleepaway Camp movies is a strong woman, but she's like killing everybody.
But it's not about the fact she's not likable. It's that they have this character that's got every other quality of a really strong heroine.
Well,
and all she does is whine.
To be fair, she would technically be trans because she was a boy in the first one.
What are you talking about? Oh, you're still talking about your thing. I'm
yeah.
talking about my... Okay. Anyway, so I watched a couple episodes of Doctor Who. We finished the Pompeii episode today. And I watched some of Goblet of Fire, Harry Potter Goblet of Fire, because I've got one kid that's ready for movie 5 and one kid that's in the middle of movie 4, so like it's a thing. And then 27 Dresses, because you can never go wrong with 27 Dresses. The movie's awesome. It's just a very enjoyable movie.
I for one don't get the Katherine Heigl hatred at all. I think she's a very funny and talented actress.
I thought it came from like she's difficult on set or something.
She is difficult on set, and when the one for the money, was that what it was called? Mm-hmm. When that bombed, studios were like, "Oh, well, she no longer draws an audience," and so
they blamed her for that.
Yeah,
she didn't write that movie.
Yeah, so they figured that because she was in it would draw an audience. And
blame the woman. We didn't do our job in writing a compelling script from an amazing book, by the way, because I've read the book it's written by, or it's written based on.
I like that movie.
But yeah, we didn't do a compelling script, so we're gonna blame the actress we hired because she didn't pull in enough people. This is everything that's wrong with the industry, but it's changing. Like it's changed a lot even since then.
People wouldn't know that the script wasn't good because they didn't go see it to begin with.
Well, also, they didn't hardly promote it at all. I saw like one preview for it. Yeah. It's not her fault.
But
she's got a show now.
Yes, I know.
I haven't watched it yet. It looks really good, though.
She was stuck in indie world for a while and is now starting to make her come back.
It's so frustrating. Stop blaming actors for shitting writing. Like, if the marketing and the PR people, they don't do their jobs, don't blame the actors. If the writing is shit, don't blame the actors. They're just trying to do their damn job.
But they look at it once she hit basically from Grey's Anatomy forward, everything she was in was hitting until the one with Ashton Kutcher, where he's a spy.
Oh, that was a good one.
And then One for the Money. the Ashton Kutcher one went this far, and then One for the Money went this far, and they said,
Oh,
well,
it must be because of her. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Stupid logic.
Yeah.
But today we're not talking Katherine Heigl. We should do Katherine Heigl on this show. Oh, you got to do yours still. I'm sorry. I'm not used to going first. Hear me.
So this week, movies I watched. I watched the Universal monster movie, The House of Frankenstein. I watched Crystal. I was big into documentaries this week, so bear with me. I watched.
He made a list.
Crystal Lake Memories documentary about the making of all the Friday the 13th movies. I did that because, of course, it was Friday the 13th.
That's right.
I watched In Search of Darkness Part 2. It is a documentary series now on 80s horror films, and each volume is like 4 hours long.
No.
I watched Michael Moore's second movie called The Big One about the Clinton administration. I watched The Last Unicorn this week.
You watched The Last Unicorn?
Yeah, it was great.
Without me?
Introduced our youngest to A New Hope, Star Wars, to prep for Solo. He loved it. Was so excited when the Death Star blew up. He had that, wow! And then when the credits rolled, he was like, that was good. So,
good for him.
Yeah. And then I watched the Star Wars spoof or rip-off movie, Ice Pirates. It's probably one of the best Star Wars-esque
And
movies
speaking
out
of
there.
Star Wars, you can tell he was on a theme. We are covering Solo, a Star Wars story, this week.
And why is that?
Because it is his birthday week. Happy birthday, Zim. So he got to pick. It worked out because we're covering Woody Harrelson.
27 this year.
You're 27 again. Again.
Many agains.
For like the 15th time.
Yeah.
Not really. I didn't actually do the math, so I wouldn't count on that. I just picked a number. I could have said like the 69 millionth time, and then you'd be like, "Whoa, he's really old." He is. But I love you.
I love you too.
So Solo was. I'm not gonna call it Solo a Star Wars story every time because who the hell wants to say all that? I'm just gonna call it Solo. Which won't be confusing at all because we will call Han. Just so it's
yeah.
We have like nobody watching, so I feel like we can just say like whatever at this point.
That's all right. Yeah, whatever.
Whatever. Blah, blah, blah. So it was released in 2018. Nominated for 24 awards. It won 6.
Including
a Golden Trailer Award for Best Summer Blockbuster TV Spot?
Yes, it won for its trailer. That's how great this movie is to the public. You know what? I kind of feel like we are Solo, a Star Wars story right now with the people watching. Are you trying to tell us something? Did we pick a bad movie?
No, I don't think so. I think this movie is underrated. Do I think it's an exceptional movie? No, I do not. Do I think this movie is really fun? I think it's fun in the same way that like other kind of like mindless action movies are fun.
Yeah,
I have not seen a Fast and the Furious movie, but I imagine that this is what a Fast and the Furious movie would be like if it were Star Wars.
No.
No, it feels that way to me.
You need to see Fast and the Furious 4, and you will just be like bow down to the FF gods. You will, because it is so awesome.
My point though is like you've got a little bit of like a heist thing going on. You've got the car races through the streets. And
then Fast 5. Oh, Fast 5 is so
we're
good.
We're talking about Solo.
Okay, Solo.
I think it's fun. I think it's a fun movie.
I have maintained from the day I saw it in the theater, which I think was opening weekend. I'm pretty sure we went opening. Because no one else was there. I felt that Solo was fun, but unneeded. So, hi.
What did your text just mean?
Solo was fun, but unneeded. Like, we already knew everything that they showed us in that movie that was important because, well, they decided to put everything that Solo had ever talked about in his past in one movie. And so what he did with the rest of his life, who knows?
He went and joined Jabba's gang and then ended up indebted to him, and that's why Jabba's hunting him. Did you not make that leap with me?
Yeah, I know what they were talking about at the end of the movie.
Okay.
But, again, other than seeing him dump the spice cargo, everything else he's ever talked about, they showed in this movie. The Kessel Run, meeting Lando, getting the Falcon, meeting Chewie, saving Chewie.
Chewie pulling someone's arms off.
Being in the Empire. Everything was covered. Anyway.
I'm totally texting, but she's our only viewer, so I don't feel too bad.
Yeah. So
you can do your thing.
Okay, well, Solo is to date the lowest performing Star Wars movie ever.
Oh, I didn't see that on there. I'm sorry.
Yes.
That was part of my section. And it also is the lowest performing Star Wars movie ever. Your turn. I didn't see that there was one extra thing there.
So it's officially directed by Ron Howard.
Hey, Eve, it's okay. You
Hi,
haven't
Eve.
missed anything except us going wah, 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 because we noticed nobody was watching, and so we just kind of were being ridiculous because nobody was here. We don't have to take it seriously. Like, why?
So Solo was directed by, officially directed by Ron Howard. He is most known for Arrested Development on IMDb. I'm sorry, he is most known for Arrested Development. He's the narrator. He directed A Beautiful Mind, Apollo 13, and Frost Nixon. He was brought on to Solo after Disney fired Phil Lord and Christopher Miller, and he ended up reshooting 80% of the film. Now, Phil Lord and Christopher Miller are best known on IMDb for Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, the Lego Movie, Clone High, and 22 Jump Street. They received executive producer credit after being fired from the project. The Directors Guild rules require that a director must film 90% of a film to receive director's credit. Because Howard only reshot 80% of the film, a compromise was made between Disney, Lucasfilm, Howard, and the other two. They got executive producer credit, and he got the official director's credit.
So much drama around this movie.
Stars. So, of course, we have this month's...
I'm with you now, Jenny. I gotcha.
we have this month's star. Woody Harrelson played Beckett. We'll cover more about him later. Emilia Clarke played Kira. She is most known for Game of Thrones, Terminator Genesis.
Which is not the worst Terminator movie ever. It is awesome, and I love it.
Me Before You and Solo. However, if you notice, like, other than Game of Thrones, she's, like, cursed. Everything she's in does poorly.
I don't understand. She's really good.
I mean, there were a couple of line readings in Solo that weren't the greatest, but that happens in every Star Wars movie.
See, that's just Star Wars.
Donald Glover is Lando Calrissian, a young Lando. He is known for Solo, Atlanta, Community, and The Lion King.
The 2019 one, so the live-action one?
He played adult Simba in Lion King.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen it.
Yep.
Added to the list of movies I haven't seen, which is most of them.
I'm going to butcher this because I'm not Swiss, but Juna Sutamo plays Chewbacca. He is known for Solo and then the Star Wars prequel trilogy. So Force Awakens, Last Jedi, and Rise of Skywalker. He played Chewbacca in all those, and that's the only thing he's really done.
I think he's always done Chewbacca, right? He's always been Chewbacca?
No. He took the place of the original Chewbacca for the sequel trilogy. Because, what is his name? Why can't I think of his name? He was too old. He was sick. He died.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I suppose that makes sense, because like the original Star Wars was like a
Peter
while ago.
Mayhew. Yeah. And then...
I swear I understand the passage of time. How it works.
I butcher his name every time too. Alden Ehrenreich, I think is his name. Played young Han Solo. He's best known for our viewer Jenny. I remember her saying she loved Hail Caesar. He's best known for that.
Is
Solo.
that sarcasm, or did she actually really like it?
That's sarcasm.
Okay, I was going to say, the way you just said that, I'm not really...
Beautiful Creatures and Stoker. Yeah, I remember her coming back to me and saying how terrible Hail Caesar was.
I've never even... I mean, I know who Caesar is, but I did not...
No. No, it's about... I think it's 1940s.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
it's
not
got to
the
be
Caesar
40s.
I know then.
1940s Hollywood. And the reason it's called Hail Caesar is because George Clooney is playing Caesar in a movie, and he gets kidnapped by communists, and they're trying to get him to sign off on their propaganda because he's this famous actor. And Alden Ehrenreich, he's playing a singing cowboy, and he goes to try and save him.
This sounds ridiculous.
It's really stupid. And it's got Channing
All
Tatum.
she remembers is Channing Tatum tap dancing.
Tap
That would be
dancing,
memorable.
yeah.
I
He
gotta
does
be
a bit-
honest, there are a great many dance numbers by Channing Tatum that I also remember.
God.
They are memorable. They stay with you.
He redoes basically what's his name? The dancer singer that we like.
Who did I
Singing in the Rain. My mind is blank. You know it, just say it.
What are we talking about?
The actor in Singing in the Rain.
Like the main actor?
Gene Kelly.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
Yes,
the main.
Oh, okay.
He redoes. Channing Tatum does a remake of Gene Kelly's dances when he's dressed as a sailor. It's a tap dance.
Got it.
And Scarlett Johansson is basically does it the Esther Williams.
So is it meant to be a comedy then?
Yes.
Okay, because
like
the names that are in it tell me that this was intended to be kind of silly.
It doesn't fire. It's just not funny.
Oh.
Yeah, it just comes off silly. Like
I have seen a clip of
Gene Kelly. Yes, thank you.
I've seen a clip of Channing Tatum tap dancing in the sailor suit.
Yeah.
I did not know it was from the movie. I just figured it was like
no, it's from that.
lip sync battles or something like that.
Paul Bettany plays Dryden Voss. Dryden Voss.
We just watched the movie yesterday.
Yeah. He's most known for Master and Commander, The Far Side of the World, A Knight's Tale, Margin Call, and of course the Avengers MCU.
Even though it does not actually list any of the Avengers movies on here.
Yeah.
Or WandaVision, which he's one of the main characters in, but whatever.
And then Phoebe Walter-Bridge plays L337, which apparently spells Leet in Leet speak.
Did you not know that?
Yeah, I did know that, but I didn't realize that her name was Leet.
He just calls her L3.
Yeah, it just hit right now. I was like, oh, that's Leet. And she is most known for Solo, Fleabag, Killing Eve, and Crashing. Other notable actors include Tandy Newton, Jon Favreau, Erin Kellyman, Linda Hunt, Warwick Davies, Anthony Daniels, Sam Witwer, Ray Park, and Clint Howard.
Jon Favreau is in this?
Yes, he's the monkey thing with the four arms.
Oh, he does the voice of that guy.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep.
Okay, I thought his voice sounded familiar, and I meant to ask you during the movie, and then I didn't. Okay. So let's start working our way through this enormous cast list of important characters.
Yeah.
Kira. Why do her movies not work? I don't understand this because I think she's a really exceptional actress.
Yeah, but they don't.
Understand why her movies
they
don't
never
do well. Like, is it because she was just in? Because sometimes, like, when an actor is in something for a real long time, like, they have a hard time kind of getting a foothold once that's over. So is that what's going on? Like, is it the movies that are not good, or is it...
Well, I didn't see her Christmas one, but it didn't do well.
Oh, it looks really good.
It looked really good, yeah. I do want to see that. And I like Solo. I like Terminator Genesis. Even though it's spelled wrong. And
yeah, I like Terminator. Terminator Genesis gets a lot of flack. But
I liked it.
They just pretend it didn't exist, like it never happened. But I really liked that movie.
I haven't seen the new Terminator, so I don't know how.
I don't understand why Genesis gets so much hate. Because I was prepared for like a really crappy movie when I sat down to watch that, and I was like, this was totally just fine. Like, I don't understand the problem. It doesn't feel that different than any other Terminator movie.
Yeah, I thought she did great as Sarah Connor too. I mean, she reminded me of a young Linda Hamilton.
Well, I was excited to see the guy that's her partner. I was excited to see him in something else because all I've seen him in is Divergent, where he plays like an absolute dick.
The guy that's her
partner. Her love interest.
In what?
In Terminator Genesis. I can't remember his name, but he plays Eric in Divergent, which is the only thing I'd ever seen him in. He was such a dick. And so then all of a sudden he's this hero in a movie, and I was like, I don't know how to process this.
I don't.
Like, where are the piercings?
Which one's
Where is
Eric?
the homicidal rage? The one with all the piercings all over his face?
I don't remember a guy with piercings on his face.
He's literally the main bad guy aside from Kate Winslet. It's like Kate Winslet and him.
Don't remember him.
Okay. Hold on, because this is going to bug me. What is this actor's name? So you talk about Kira, and I will look up this actor's name.
So she, her character, she is Han Solo's love interest. They grew up together on Corellia, and...
Are you actually going to tell the story?
Well, she needs to have a little bit of background. Like I said, she doesn't do a bad job acting. That she had
Jai Courtney, this guy.
Oh, okay.
He plays Kyle Reese. There we go. That's his name. Yeah. I couldn't think of Kyle Reese. Apparently he was in Suicide Squad. Oh, the first Suicide Squad in 2016.
Okay.
Played Boomerang.
Oh, then he's in the second Suicide Squad too.
Is he? Oh yeah, he is. There you go. I just had to scroll a little bit.
Yeah,
I've not seen that yet.
Boomerang is in both.
This week. I'm gonna watch it this week, guys.
It was great. Loved it. Anyway.
He did a ton of shit.
Kira.
I need to watch more stuff. I know. Back on track. Sorry. Yes, I find her character really annoying, but it's totally not the actress's fault. It's literally just how she's written.
Why do you think she's annoying?
God. Predictability. Which is sort of my problem with Star Wars. Star Wars always tries to do these like big reveals, but they're never actually like, and they treat them like they're this huge like, oh my god, and it's like never oh my god for me, and then it just feels very like
feel
forced
that at all.
Energy. Oh yeah, I was not surprised.
The big
at all
reveal
the way
for this movie, we'll have to talk about in spoilers, but it's not her taking over.
Yeah, like they treated that like it was like a, she's not gonna help him. What?
Oh, I didn't think so.
Of course she's not. Like,
I think it was clear from the get-go that she was doing what she was taught, to find someone's weakness and exploit it. Yep. And his weakness was
her. Oh yeah, there's tons of foreshadowing. Yeah. She said it many times.
Yeah.
Many times.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were no big like surprises in this movie.
Yeah.
Even the first time I watched it. And I actually, because
well, there was one big surprise I did not expect. Again, in spoilers, but we'll get to it in spoilers.
Okay. I was fully prepared this time to not enjoy the movie because I've heard so many like bad things about it that I was like, okay, so maybe it just was fun the first time because it's like so actiony and you're in the theater with all the like big booming sound and like it's something that's it's an experience, and so maybe I'm not gonna like it as much on TV, but because I hadn't seen it since we saw it in theaters, I still thought it was fine. I still don't. I think Star Wars has this habit of treating things like big aha moments that are like not ever.
Well, the only two that were big aha moments were I'm Your Father and I'm Your Sister. Like, nobody saw those coming.
Yeah, it's just fun. It's just a fun movie. Yeah. Yeah, I would agree. And I think, like, I don't really have a lot to say about Kira because she's kind of she's not really a dynamic character. It's just very flat. I mean, it's not the actress's fault. It's just there's not a lot of material for that character.
Yeah.
They're friends and then they're partners, and that's just kind of it. Like, there just isn't a lot of material there.
One of the rumors for Disney Plus series is following her after the events of Solo.
So I think that would be good because they need to... I have so much trouble with the writing for Star Wars. Everything. Because they do this thing where they set up storyline, but then they don't follow through. And I feel like they do it just in case they want to kind of pursue it later. They want to leave this opening for a spinoff or this opening for a book or whatever. And it bugs me because you have a lot of things where there's a lot of hints of things that she went through growing up. Uh-huh. But no actual explanation at all. And I don't need a blow-by-blow. Like, some kind of something like, oh, I got sold into slavery, or oh, I did this, or like anything beyond I was taught to exploit people's weaknesses. But that is the sum total of Kira. That is her entire character. She exploits people's weaknesses. There you go. You've seen the movie. As far as she's concerned.
Is it based on a set of books? No. When Disney bought Star Wars, they jettisoned the entire EU. So none of the books from the original line are considered canon anymore. And so what they've done to make these movies is kind of pick and choose pieces that they want to put in there. I mean, so you take the sequel trilogy, Kylo Ren, is totally Jason Solo.
Mm-hmm. So basically what they did is they jettisoned all the books, in quotes, so they wouldn't have to pay the authors any royalties for the storylines that they wrote. Really what it was.
And then
they ganked the storylines because they own it, changed the names, and then released them as movies. Yeah. And so it may remind you of a book you might have read, or several of them, because that is what Disney did. Because they're a bunch of fuckwads. Pay the authors, assholes. They did the work. You guys are like the guys that only pass the class because they show up when you turn in the group project, but you haven't done shit yourself.
No. It's like the guy that Malcolm's always talking about. You didn't earn any of the knowledge for yourself. You just built on what other people did.
Oh, you're going Jurassic Park with it.
I'm totally going Jurassic Park with it.
That's true, too. It's a great example. Yeah, no. Pay your authors what they're worth.
Hi, Thad. Joe. It's weird to call you that, but hi.
Can we just call you what we call you, or is that is that going to be like, no, my anonymity is destroyed? Like, just tell us.
Yeah. What do you prefer us to call you on here?
Yeah. Because it's really hard for us to remember to call you Thaddy Joe. So if you're okay with us just calling you by your normal name, that's so much easier for us.
And this is the way. Love it. Mandalorian. Great show. Still can't get her to watch season 2.
Is it a great show?
Yes.
Again, I have some issues with the writing, which is the reason I haven't watched the second season. Because I had some real issues with the writing in the first season. I can't convince myself to sit through another season of that shit. It's bad. The writing is bad.
No, it's not.
I was going to betray you, but then we got attacked. So now I'm going to help you instead of betray you. And I could have just acted this all out, but instead we've written it in lines. Because I think you're too stupid to understand anything that's happening in the story. I have issues with Star Wars writers. There we go. Let's just put it there. And it's any Star Wars thing we ever discuss on the show, it's always going to be my thing.
Even Jenny. Yeah, school her. Because she just won't even give season 2 a try. And season 2 is so much better than season 1. And I love season 1.
I just have to be in a place where I'm not going to rage over really shitty writing. that's really like season 1 for me was like, it was mediocre, and then they got to that, which was like the second to last episode, and I was like, fuck this, come on. Like, really? Did we even try to write a story here? Like,
I would agree. Bill Burr's episode in season 2 was awesome.
I'll watch it eventually.
And Timothy Olymphiad, how do you pronounce his last name? I don't remember. His episodes were really good too.
Well, it's 8:30, so we should talk about this movie.
Okay. All right, on to Lando.
I actually really like this characterization of Lando. I feel like they've really built on what was already existing.
Okay, so what is?
I thought
why
they were
can't
gonna.
I remember
Weren't
names?
they gonna make?
Donald Glover.
Weren't they gonna make a show or something that was just Lando?
There was talk of it. It did not. It has not gone through, as far as I know.
That sucks.
Yeah, he is. He's also known as Childish Gambino, as that's his music name. So he does music as well.
Okay.
He is great in both Community and Atlanta. He was in Spider-Man, the first one with the current guy.
Who was he in that?
He's the guy that they meet. He meets him in a garage to find out where to find.
Is he the guy with the guns?
Yeah.
He's good in that.
He's quirky, but he's got this really, the way he approaches acting, like he studied the original movies with Lando to get all the mannerisms like spot on.
I think it shows.
Like he researched it, like spent time with Billy D. Williams just to try and get the cadence and mannerisms down, and he is perfect.
Yeah.
He also is the one who decided that Lando is pansexual, and I think that that's hilarious because obviously he would be if he's got a thing for L3. So, and he is actually in love with the droid. That's great. Love it.
I think it's sweet. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Han stole a ship. So. Notice how I say Han when we're talking about Lando. But Han.
So that is great. In Empire, if you go back and watch Empire and Jedi, Lando is always calling him Han.
Yeah, I know. Instead of Han.
And it was because Billy D. Williams, when he rehearsed it, that's the way he said it originally, and so it just kept hitting Han. And they would say, no, Han, and he would say Han. And they'd say, no, Han, and he would say Han. And so they put it into the script, and I think that is great.
Good. No, Lando is, I think, one of the best performances in this movie. I think it's because it kind of hits you with the nostalgia because he's so like Billy D. Williams, is that his name?
Yeah.
He's so like the original Lando. With the mannerisms and the obsession with capes, I think is really funny. They do a lot of like poking fun at the original character because he is, if you go back, like he's dressed totally different than everybody else in the entire movie, in all of the movies. Yep. He's got his own little style going on.
Yeah, he's like Pippin.
And so like I appreciate both the nostalgia and the way that they've poked fun at it and at themselves and everything, and then what he's brought to it to add to it as well.
Yeah.
I think it's probably one of the better performances, maybe like the best performance in the movie.
Yeah, I would definitely say it's the best performance of this movie. So not much to say about Chewbacca. That's pretty straightforward. If you haven't seen a Star Wars movie,
how they tied what back in, Tegwin? There's a delay between when we talk and when you see it, and then when you hear us respond. And so, be more specific than just that because we've said several things by the time that shows up for us. There's a streaming delay.
Yeah, and I'll while we're waiting for that, I'll go ahead and answer Daddy Joe's question. He says, "Did we need a solo backstory to Han? Though we already had it." Again, we had the bits and pieces that were mentioned in the movies. All the books are no longer canon, so they could do anything. I think you guys relate to the show, but I did say at the beginning that I thought it was kind of silly that he how Han. They put everything that was ever mentioned
in one movie
about Han Solo's past in one movie. They should have made a trilogy out of it and given us multiple adventures.
However, let's go back to...
Or even just a duology.
Let's go back to the way that Star Wars is written, which is as lazy as humanly possible. And so if they had only used one or two of the things that we'd learned about previously, they would have had to have written the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
This way they don't have to do that. They can just take the stories we have, bam, there you go, movie. Without having to come up with any original material.
And so that's what again, the way I feel about this movie is it's a lot of fun, but it was totally unnecessary because...
Yes, did we need a movie about
No,
Han?
we didn't.
No, we didn't. But, like, it's fun.
It's fun. I enjoy...
Necessary? No.
No. What we need is a Boba Fett movie.
I'm not even going to go there. I'm not even going to go there. Yes, I am. Isn't that basically what they did with the original trilogy, though? It was like, this is the genesis of Boba Fett. Oh, and also all of the other characters.
No, I want what happened between
Your mom
Jedi.
says you can star in the Boba Fett.
I can star, yeah.
The movie will be called Boba Fett Goes to McDonald's. Coming to a YouTube near you.
It's already on YouTube, babe.
I know, that's why I said that.
And has over 1,000 views.
Does it really?
Trey and I were just looking at it the other night.
You showed it to Trey. I bet you thought it was funny.
So,
my God.
I do want, I want a Boba Fett movie that fills in the gap between Jedi and Mandalorian.
So let's move on to Han, the main character of the movie.
So this guy did not capture Harrison Ford at all.
No.
He's more like Dennis Quaid. Like, I feel like I'm watching Dennis Quaid as Han Solo.
But also, I mean, it's a different story, and people evolve as they age, so maybe this is just what he was like before he turned into Harrison Ford.
Okay. Harrison Ford has seen the movie and reportedly said that he thought it was brilliant.
Yes, I agree, Fatty Joe. They'll do anything to make money.
They do have a series coming up, The Book of Boba Fett, but I think it's going to take place after the events of Mandalorian Season 2.
Oh, I'm so confused. You can star, he is an actor? Who are we talking about? She's talking about you. You're not a good actor.
You mean the movies lie? So yeah, Alden,
Is that his name,
yeah,
Alden?
yeah.
Oh, that's right, because you were trying to say his last name, right?
Yeah. Einrich?
Aaron?
Ehrenreich? So, Paycheck made him say that. Considering Harrison Ford hates Star Wars and won't be part of the whole Star Wars thing, like, he considers it one of his worst pieces of work, I would assume that he wouldn't say that for a paycheck. Although he did come back and do the sequel trilogy, so who knows?
Yes, but they also killed him.
They did kill him.
So that he wouldn't have to continue doing the sequel trilogy.
Well, no, his ghost came back in... Well, it's not his ghost. It's... In the third one, Kylo Ren sees him, but I think it's just in his imagination. It's, himself. I don't think it's really Han standing there.
Did he?
Yeah.
I should watch these movies again. I just don't want to because I didn't like them. He was like, I'm going to watch all the Star Wars stuff this week because we're doing Solo. And I'm like, you do that.
And then when it
Star
was time
Wars
to move
out.
forward, she was like, "No, you can't watch those without me.
No,
Can't win."
just with our oldest.
Now get ready for
Also, like, when it comes time to do the prequel trilogy, like, you're on your own, dude. I don't care. But with the 3 that I actually like, which
Okay.
are the original 3,
Okay.
I'd like to be there.
Indy 4 isn't actually not that bad a movie up until the ants. They kind of jumped the shark with the ants, and from then on, it just does
I do not agree with that statement.
course
No,
correct.
that movie is so bad.
Well,
The premise of the movie is bad.
what, interdimensional beings?
We're looking for an alien head. There's been no evidence of aliens in any of the other. It's all been archaeological.
Right, the crystal skulls are actually something that exists.
Yes, but they made it aliens.
Yeah,
They could have just stuck with archaeology.
They think it's ancient aliens.
No, nobody actually thinks that.
Some people do.
Nobody.
Well, I love
Nobody
this.
that comprehends
So
science.
I love
actually
this.
thinks
I love
that.
the story about Indy 4 when Spielberg was saying that George came to him with the script and said, "Oh, we're going to do aliens," and Spielberg was like, "No, we've both done enough aliens. No more aliens." He said, "Okay, fine. We'll make interdimensional beings." And
Aliens.
Spielberg was like, "Fine."
No. So bad.
But I'm curious to see what's going to happen with Indy 5 if he can stop breaking his bones.
Hopefully they'll just stop with the whole interdimensional being thing, because part of what made Indiana Jones so cool was the way that it was at least somewhat based in reality.
Well,
Are there really like face melting things? No, there's not. But like, I mean, there's radiation, so I mean, arguably it could have been. But like, it was archaeology. And then in 4, they just kind of like threw it out the door. They were like, let's make Indiana Jones sci-fi.
Well, because
No.
he was trying, because the original 3 were supposed to be like the serials, the action serials of the 30s and 40s. And then because of the age, you had to move Indiana Jones to the 50s. So then he wanted to make it like the B sci-fi films of the 50s.
Poor choice. Sounds like a very Lucas idea.
It is.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
It's good that he retired. I approve. Anyway, so Han, yeah, for the main, I don't think he's bad in this, but I don't think that you can really compare him to the Han Solo from the Star Wars movies. Like, you just have to kind of take it separately.
Yeah, it's
just look at them as 2 separate entities. I'm not even gonna respond.
So,
Donald was
from
the
what I've
only-
gathered, Donald was the only thing about Solo.
No. I think the movie's
so-
fun. We're talking in terms of just the characters themselves. Oh, I've turned my page
Yeah.
at some point.
You turned your page.
The characters themselves, yeah, I would say that Lando was the highlight, but the movie itself, I think works.
Paul Bettany as Dryden Voss. I thought he was a good villain.
But yet again, they didn't bother explaining, like, what the fuck with his face? What is that?
He didn't even know what that was. That was added in post.
Like, it like turns red when he's angry. Like,
Yeah.
what, he's like got a mood ring face. Like, what the hell?
Whenever when he finally saw the movie, he was like, "Oh, you did something to my face." Like, he had no idea that was going to be part of it.
Yeah, it was weird,
So-
and I don't understand why they did that. And they never explained it.
Yeah.
Like,
And he has like these lightsaber vibro dagger things.
all the vibro daggers were kind of cool, although not very practical.
Yeah.
Like,
But-
a knife cuts just as well. Do you need to cauterize it as you do it? Like, I don't know what's going on.
A vibro dagger can go against the lightsaber. A lightsaber won't cut through a vibro.
But nobody
axe
had
or-
lightsabers in this, so what's the point?
True. This is the only Star Wars movie to not say the word Jedi.
I take it back. There was a lightsaber briefly when they're talking to Maul.
Oh, there was. Yeah.
Yeah, because he lights his lightsaber just
Yeah.
in case you didn't know who he was from the metal
that was
legs
the stuff
and the
for
face.
spoilers.
Oh, I hope you watched the movie. Sorry, hang on.
You're just gonna turn it on?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I turned it back off.
So
I turned it back off. I just was like, whoops, spoilers. There we go. See, I totally turned spoilers on when I said that.
Okay.
So Paul Bettany, poor guy. Like, he did fine with what he was given. I
liked his character. I liked the way he played it.
Yeah.
Head of a crime syndicate.
Yeah. I think he did fine with it. But
I like how he was like, this was great. You know, let's do this. I love it. Oh, by the way, one more thing. If you feel me again,
you did.
I'm gonna have to kill you, basically. You know?
Yeah. Like, so no hard feelings, just business. But you're still gonna be dead. Yeah, no, I thought he did a good job with the role. I just my problem is really just the like, and then he was like white when he died. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Like, is that the species he is? Because it's not a species that's been introduced into Star Wars before, and so like just any kind of information. That's all I ask. Just like a hint.
But
I pick up on the quick little lines. Like, it's fine. You just have to like drop a line in there somewhere, and I'm good.
But think of the original movie. There was no explanation of Greedo or, well, Jabba wasn't in it originally, but Greedo is the alien that really sticks out for me, and other than he's there to collect Han Solo, that's all you know about him.
But you see other people of that species. Like, that
species, in the background,
species exists in the world.
Sure.
And they just kind of like, it really felt like they were just like, oh, we could do this really cool thing. And they just like did it. Yeah, I like Paul Bettany in pretty much everything too. He's freaking brilliant. He's a good actor. We should do Paul Bettany month.
Okay, can we do the Wimbledon?
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Because we could do that, and never mind. Because Kirsten Dunst is in that, and I like her.
Yes, we will. We will do Kirsten Dunst at some point, because that was like when we started this. He's like, as long as we cover Kirsten Dunst eventually, I'm good. I was like, okay, bring it on. Get it? Get it?
That's a good one. And then Phoebe WallerBridge, I'm not familiar with her as an actress.
Is she the chick that, like, the main chick in Fleabag? I haven't seen
I don't know
but it's
what
on my
Fleabag
list.
is. She's the other one in Killing Eve. So it's Sandra Oh and her.
Oh, okay. Oh.
And
I'm hilarious tonight, guys. Not really.
Brendan Fraser. We could totally do a Brendan Fraser month. That would be so fun.
Mummy.
Encino Man.
And the one where he's like... Isn't there one where he's like from the 50s?
Yes. Airheads. Yeah, Airheads is a great movie.
Phoebe WallerBridge. Not Walter Bridge.
Weird.
She is the main chick from Fleabag.
Okay. Yeah, so she actually wore a little helmet that was the droid's head and arm things on her arms, and then they mocapped her movements for the rest of the body. So, but I love how L3...
Mocapped means motion captured, by the way, because that took me a second, so I'm assuming I'm not alone in that. So put that out there.
And I love her, her little banter with Lando, and then when he's like, oh, can I get you anything? And she's like, equal rights. And like, she's constantly like, freedom, and like, stop repressing me.
I found my calling.
Yeah. I love that character.
It was really funny.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to find Fleabag on here because I thought the main character in Fleabag actually also wrote it. And so that's what I'm trying to figure out. But
so, and then I was really shocked that the worm thing that has Solo at the beginning, Lady Proxima, it's voiced by Linda Hunt.
Who's that?
She's an old actress. You would recognize her.
It's very descriptive.
I don't know how to
helpful.
explain it.
Give me anything she's been in. Oh, I hit a button. What did I hit?
What do you mean?
I just hit end stream. Crap.
You did?
I did. Yeah, I bumped it when I was.
No.
It's all right. We will do. this, and I'll put it back up, and I'll apologize.
It's still going.
She did write Fleabag. No, it isn't. That's why it's spinning.
Okay, but it says session is still going.
I screwed it up. Are we back? Are we back yet? Are we back yet? Let's see. Nope. Start streaming. Hit it again. Movie show. Oh, because this is the start stream button right here. Now we should be back. Are we back?
Are we back? Sorry about that.
Hang on 2 seconds. Let me just refresh. See if we are back.
Hello?
I see my mouth moving. I think we're here.
I am not moving.
Sorry, guys. I reached over to pick something up and I bumped the button that ends the stream. So, we're back now. Sorry.
Are you guys there? Can you hear us? Are we good?
Yeah, they probably have to refresh their screen. Or just wait a second for it to cycle.
Yes, okay. Sorry about that.
Yep, that's my bad. So we have this cool little stream deck, which is awesome because I can just do everything with a push of a button now. However, I also have my phone sitting next to it. And so when I reached over to look something, or to put it back down, I bumped it with my thumb because I have hitchhiker thumbs. And so it was sticking out and it caught it. So sorry about that. My bad. We're back. The night that we're not having technical issues, I'm going to give us technical issues. I know, your thumb doesn't do that, right?
No.
Yeah, my thumb bends like genetics, guys. Genetics.
Yeah? Oh, yeah? I don't have wisdom teeth. Genetics.
I don't either. Oral surgery. Just mark that one. That was funny. What are we up to? Plot development, pacing, structure, and continuity. I didn't notice any glaring continuity issues.
No, in
Pacing
fact,
is
there were some
good.
pretty awesome ties to both books and other movies. There's a part when Tandy's character is saying, "You hired a couple of morons. We could have got the sisters or Bosk," and the sisters she's talking about are the two girls with dark hair that are smoking inside of the cantina in the original movie. They're just in the background. It's two girls. And of course Bosk is the lizard bounty hunter. So little things like that thrown throughout the whole movie. I just loved it. And of course, Clint Howard is always in anything Ron Howard does. So. Okay, go on. I'm sorry.
So, in terms of pacing, I think for the most part, it's pretty fast. There was a point. I'm trying to remember what point it was, where I literally in my head I went, "Wow, this movie just ground to a halt." Because it's pop, 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 and then all of a sudden, it just isn't. And I was like, "Oh my god!" Everything just I checked the time, so I was like, how long do we have on the movie? I was like, what's going on? And I can't remember when it was now. But it was just the once, and then it picked back up after that. But maybe it was when they were there to meet Dryden for the first time. And they're just standing around, everybody's talking like this, and nobody's moving, and it just all of a sudden you've had action, and everybody's just standing there. And so I'm guessing that's when it was. I don't remember for sure, but from what I can remember of the movie that I watched literally last night, 24 hours ago, I can't seem to remember. Yes, my brain works great. But do you have anything in terms of structure? I feel like I've said my piece about the writing.
Yeah.
Disney's very lazy with their writing, and they rely a lot on fandom for success.
That's not just
particularly
in Star
with Star Wars. But I feel like I feel like it's more obvious in Star Wars. Maybe because I'm not like a hardcore Star Wars fan, and so I don't have that fandom to kind of keep me hooked.
They also don't.
And so I feel it more with Star Wars.
They haven't hit their stride with Star Wars yet. They just haven't figured it out.
Because they're not trying.
It took a while with Avengers too. I mean, Iron Man 2 is horrible, and Thor 2 is horrible, and...
See, but their first ones for each of those were good. Oh, but they didn't have it yet for the first ones, right?
Right. It wasn't Disney yet.
Yeah.
Disney got them right. Disney bought them right as Avengers was hitting the theater.
I feel like the way Disney approaches Star Wars, though, is that they're like, it's Star Wars fans. They'll watch it. Like, it's really how it feels to me. And in my experience, it's pretty accurate. Yeah, I would agree. I haven't. I feel like they've had some good movies because they did Rogue One.
Rogue One was excellent. Good. Yes. Solo is fun.
Like Solo's fun, but it's not like a good movie.
I like, contrary to the rest of the world, I like Last Jedi.
Is that the last one?
No, that's the middle one.
No, I like the last one.
And I liked Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, I liked the last
Mandalorian. I really like. The one episode of Bad Batch I've seen, I liked.
I like Rebels.
Oh, Rebels was
did they do
excellent.
Rebels?
Yes, Disney did Rebels.
Yeah. Okay. So Rebels is super good.
Super good. If you have not watched Rebels, watch it.
Yeah. I would second that. Rebels is like really, really fantastic.
Yeah.
Cartoon characters making me cry. Like who the hell would have thought? Because I do. I cry like a baby.
But Palpatine didn't stay dead in the original books either. That's again another thing they stole from the books.
Yeah.
To put in their movie.
Yeah, they stole from the books.
And that was only done after the whole, what was the guy's name that they were, Snoke stuff wasn't making any sense and no one cared, so that's why they brought it in.
Snoke.
Yeah.
I don't even remember Snoke.
Snoke's he's the guy who's playing the Emperor role, the Palpatine role in
Episode 6? 7?
In 7 and 8. He gets killed at the end of 8. And at the beginning of 9...
Oh, because they work together to kill him. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I sort of remember that.
Yeah.
There's like a throne room or something, and they're all like, shtick, shtick, shtick.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. I started to remember that.
Yeah.
Barely.
So,
yeah. Nope. They just didn't want to pay the writers, so they made all the books non-canon, and then have just cherry-picked the things they liked.
Uh-huh.
And didn't pay any royalties, like the assholes they are. Fuckwads? Did I call them fuckwads? Isn't that what I said?
No, she was taking the name because she didn't have a name. She didn't have a last name because she's an orphan and didn't know her past.
Yeah.
And so at the end, they were like, Ray what? And she took the name because...
Out of respect,
They
right?
were, yeah, I mean, they were basically parental figures to her. Mm-hmm. So, although I would have thought she would have taken Han over Luke because she bonded with Han and Luke didn't really want anything to do with her. But that's just me.
Get the feeling you're not real fond of Rey. just the inkling.
The only thing I don't like about Rey is that she's like goes from total ignorance of the Force to like Super Saiyan Jedi in a matter of hours.
Yeah, that was my thing too, because that was in the first one of those.
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell? Like suddenly she's like a master of the Force. When did that happen?
It took Luke like forever to train to be able to do that. So.
Yeah, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about Solo, a Star Wars story.
Yeah, so we're up
That's actually the title. Why didn't they just call it Solo? Why is it Solo, a Star Wars story?
Because there is a 90s really bad sci-fi movie called Solo with Mario Van Peebles, I think.
Then call it Han Solo.
And...
or anything better than Solo. A Star Wars story. Like, it was dumb. It's a stupid title.
Rosario all the way. Yes, she was amazing as Ahsoka. I love Ahsoka, though. Again, watch Rebels if you like Ahsoka, because she is totally badass in that.
She is. It's true. Horns up. Yeah. So overall opinion, feel, and rating. Is this an excellent movie? No, it's not.
Is it a needed movie? No.
Does it have some issues? Yeah, it absolutely does. Is it fun to watch though? Like, yeah, it's a fun ride. Like, if you enjoy action movies and you enjoy sci-fi, you'll enjoy this movie.
Yeah. I think I gave it 4.
You're doing toenails now, remember?
Yeah. On Voodoo, I gave it 4, but
if you weren't here last week, Zim is now rating things based off of how many out of 5 toenails.
Yes. I would give it 4 toenails. Yeah.
I would probably do I'd do 3.5, 4.
So
fun to watch, I think, is what that's supposed to be.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, but she can't handle the graphicness in that. And after reviewing the trailer that she watched, I get why was concerned.
Yep.
And then I went and rewatched the movie. I even watched the director's cut a couple weeks ago. It's like, oh yeah, she can't watch this.
So glad you cut it then. Because that was going to be our first movie.
Yeah.
We were going to start with that. And then when I was setting up the previews, because we always do the next preview. So when we go to break here in a couple minutes, you can type !next movie, all one word, and it'll pop up the preview for the movie we're doing next week. So the week prior, I was setting that up and I watched the preview and I was like, are you sure this is a movie I can watch?
No.
Because this seems like it might go over that line a little bit for me. It's not that I can't handle any gore. I do okay, but it has context matters for me, and so it's not the gore itself; it's the way the gore is happening. If that makes sense.
You know who Rodney Dangerfield is, right?
Nope. I know the name.
He was the no respect. Okay,
I've seen you do that.
He's in Caddyshack and
haven't seen it. Anyway,
so he plays Juliette Lewis's dad in that, and he is raping her quite often. And there's a scene where he gives her a hug and grabs her tush, and he's all sweaty and gross and says some really gross lines to her. The actor was mortified by the character he ended up playing and said that he couldn't stop showering for 3 weeks after he played that role. It was just felt so gross doing it. Yeah. And this is a guy who does not have the greatest repertoire here. So if it was that bad for him.
Okay, so we're good. Yeah. I'm good with the changes we made. Certain types of violence I just don't handle very well.
Okay, so
what about you? You gave your 4 out of 5 toenails.
Yeah, 4 out of 5 toenails. Fun but unnecessary. I'll stick with that review. That should just be should just be the tagline. Fun but unnecessary.
Yes. All right. Oh, shit. We're actually not to break time.
No, we got to cover Woody.
We're way behind.
Yeah.
Stop getting off on the other Star Wars stuff, okay? Would you just stay on this Star Wars movie? Focus on this one. So we have one more character to discuss, which is the Woody Harrelson character, because that is our focus of the month, in case you can't tell by our inability to stay on track at all, ever. Woody Harrelson plays Beckett. What's Beckett's first name? I don't remember. Tobias? Was it Tobias Beckett?
Yes.
That's right. I actually remembered that, because Tobias is also For's name. Everything is divergent for me these days. It's because I'm reading it to our daughter.
Yeah, I know.
And so I'm just I am in Divergentville right now. Beckett. I'm sorry. Yes, IMDb most known for True Detective, People vs. Larry Flint, Natural Born Killers, and Zombieland. My personal recommendations are The Edge of 17, Shock and Awe, The Hunger Games trilogy, which is actually 4 movies, but we're still calling it a trilogy anyway, regardless of what Zim says.
Quadrology.
Quadrology isn't a word.
Yes, it is.
Is it really?
Yes, when they were up to the 4th Alien movie. It's gone beyond that now, but it was called the Alien Quadrology.
Okay, fine. But the books are a trilogy, and so I feel like it's still a trilogy. They just split the last book into 2 movies.
Sure.
So I'll still call it a trilogy.
Okay.
Because the last 2 movies are a story.
Okay.
And 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, which is still to this day the hands down the best Woody Harrelson performance I have ever seen.
For me, it's Natural Born Killers, White Men Can't Jump, Solo, Game Change, 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, and of course, Cheers. I love White Men Can't Jump. It is on, I think, Stars this month if you have access to stream Stars.
Yes, we almost did it.
Yeah.
We're saving it because we're going to do one of the other actors that's in it. So,
yes. We'll do it then.
We'll do it then.
His performance as Beckett, it was fine.
Yeah.
I don't think it really stood out.
No. His hairpiece bugged me because you could see the line where it was attached. Did you notice that?
No.
Oh, God.
I just thought he needed to wash his hair because it looks greasy and gross the whole time.
Well, I think it's styled like that, but the hairpiece that he has on, you can literally, like, on his forehead, you can see where it's glued to him.
Oh, okay.
And where they've tried to cover it with makeup. It just, like, if you've got a budget that Disney gives to Star Wars movies, like, there's no reason for that. Like...
I didn't notice it.
Yeah, it looks like a cheap toupee.
Okay.
Like, it looks cheap, which is why it looks greasy. Yeah. Nice. And it's such a problem for me. It was very distracting. Like, I would find myself missing things he was saying because I was just looking at it. And I'm like, how did they not cover that with makeup at all? Like, you can even see, like, the shiny part of the front of it. Like, where it's glued. You can see the glue. Like... Because you have to cover it in a mattifying thing so it looks like skin. And they didn't! Like, you could see the little, like, pasty, like,
You could see his pasties? What?
No, you could see the pasty, like, it's a pasty kind of glistening sort of thing.
Okay.
The material, okay? And so you can see it where it goes from that to actual skin. And they have it, like, so far, they have it, like, here on his forehead.
Uh-huh.
Whereas, like, your hairline is, like, here, right? So usually when you put a hairpiece on somebody for stage or for film, you try to tie it into their natural hairline so it doesn't look ridiculous on the sides, especially if it's not, like, a full head wig. You try to tie it into the natural hairline. So your natural hairline is here. So if you were wearing this piece, it would be, like, here on you.
Okay.
And so, like, it's, like, too far forward, which is why it's always hanging in a weird way on his face.
Okay.
It was dumb. I'm like, of all the things to totally fuck up, like, this was not a hard one. You guys have people in alien makeup that looks believable, and you couldn't manage a toupee?
Well, maybe in the role it is a toupee.
I don't know, maybe.
Maybe that's the character.
You go ahead and
I do appreciate that he is the person.
Oh, that's what Tegwin's saying too.
Yeah.
Maybe it's part of the characterization. You guys are making excuses for them. They could have done better.
I do appreciate that Beckett is the person who killed Aura Singh. Although it makes me sad to think that Aura Singh is dead. That is pretty cool.
What are we talking about now?
When Lando runs into Beckett the first time, he says, You're the guy who killed Aura Singh. I owed her a lot of money. You did me a big favor that day. Aura Singh is the bounty hunter that I have the 12-inch doll of in the orange jumpsuit and the long ponytail. She's bald and pasty white skin with an antenna coming out of her skull. The actress who played her in Phantom Menace autographed the box. Okay, never mind.
I live with this, guys. Okay. Anyway, yeah, this is not a standout role. In fact, I think of all of the things we've seen so far, this would be, like, bottom of the list.
Yeah.
Because he at least brings like something to the table in the other roles. And with this one, I don't even get the feeling that he enjoyed filming this movie. Like it felt like he didn't want to be there a little bit. And I don't know how much of that was the character, but usually he brings like irony and cynicism and sarcasm, like that kind of sense of humor to a character. There were lots of moments written like that for this character, and it just didn't hit. Like it was, I don't think it was bad. I just think it was very blah.
It was what it was.
Yeah.
I don't think it was.
There's nothing
Nothing stand out.
Which is why I accidentally forgot that we still needed to talk about Beckett because it's not a standout role.
I mean, you compare to
let's
Jonathan
compare it to Jonathan Landy and Chief Willoughby and Mr. Bruner.
I mean,
like, all of them are. They're way up here, and this one's like, okay.
I agree.
Like, I passed acting school level as opposed to, like, I'm an award-winning
no,
actor.
I don't think it was a bad performance. I just don't think he...
either.
I just don't think... Like you said, it doesn't come off like he really wanted to be there.
No. In fact, it feels very much like he didn't want to be there. Like, it really felt like he didn't enjoy filming this.
Maybe by the time... Because when they first started filming and he got to sit on the cockpit of the Falcon for the first time, he was really excited and posted pictures and stuff because I was following him on Facebook at the time. And he was all jazzed. But maybe because of all the drama surrounding the filming of this movie, by the time it was all done and they had to reshoot 80% of the film, maybe he didn't care by then.
Yeah. Speaking of drama and Woody Harrelson, I got a PSA for you guys. Don't read headlines. Read the articles. There's all these headlines going around about this new show with Woody Harrelson and I don't remember the other guy, and it's all under investigation because there's allegations of mistreatment of some of the workers, like sexual harassment. Is Woody Harrelson or the other guy, whose name I don't remember, the ones that are being investigated? No, they're not. It's the director, who's not mentioned in the headline at all. Like, they're going to tank these guys' careers because people read headlines and move on. Yep. Like, what the hell? And I've seen 4 different people reporting it that way. I was like, but it's not them. They're the 2 stars in the show, but it's the director that's under investigation. And so filming has stopped while the investigation. Yeah.
Wow.
Don't read the headlines, read the articles. Because I was like, oh shit, we're like actually covering Woody Harrelson this month. Am I gonna have to get on now and be like, well, apparently he's one of the assholes too? No, it's just a really shitty headline. And then I've seen it for 4 different places now because I just saw it once last week, and so I didn't bring it up because I was like, well, let me wait and see what happens. But I've seen it 3 other places now.
Oh, I haven't seen it. I've been too excited about the Steve Martin Short, Selena Gomez.
I'm excited.
Series coming to Hulu next week. So.
There's also coming to Hulu is I don't know if it's a movie or a show, but it's got Nicole Kidman and Melissa McCarthy. And I am like so excited for that team up. Like, you have no idea, because it seems such an odd pairing that it's either going to be like absolutely amazing or total train wreck. I'm down for it either way. So I'm going to say let's go to our 5-minute.
Yep,
we're going to come back with spoilers. On break, go ahead and type somebody. If you could do it for me now, it'd be great. ! Next movie. No spaces, and hit enter, and it'll pop up the preview for next week. You guys will see what we're having, and we will be back with spoilers in 5 minutes. Get yourself a drink, stretch your legs. We'll see you soon.
Hydrate.
And we're back. Hopefully. We'll find out in a couple of seconds. There we are.
Nanu.
So we were just discussing, which is why there's a slight delay. So you always say Nanu when we come back from break. What is that about? I mean, I know what Nanu's from. Why? Just to get it in there? Because I wouldn't let you the first time?
Yeah.
You're just a jerk.
Actually, it's from Mystery Science Theater, the movie. There's a part where one of the aliens kind of like nods his head, and they go. I think it's Crow says Nanu.
So now that we're in spoilers, we want to hit like family rating first. This movie's rated PG-13. We both pretty much agree with that.
Yeah.
But as always, there's specific things to look for. This movie does have there's smoking in it.
There is?
There is. Yeah, there's smoking.
There's drinking.
I think Woody Harrelson is smoking, actually, in the battle scene in the beginning. He's standing there and they're looking at the ship.
Okay.
One of them is. I think it was him.
And then
there's drinking.
There's drinking.
There's aliens. Some of them are scary looking. I feel like there's sexual references at some point.
Well, there's
Star Wars, there always is.
When Kira and all three are talking, it basically comes out that L3 and Lando are having sex.
Relations is the nice way to say that.
Okay.
And getting it on.
Because Kira goes, how would that work? And she's like, it works.
Hey. But one of the things that I was just telling him, the reason we were late, is they do get kind of stuck in this gravity well, which is starting to get me started. But there's this big, like, alien or something. I think they call it the maw. Not the alien, but the well.
The well is the maw.
The well is the maw, but there's this huge, like, alien thing that's trying to eat them. It's got really sharp teeth. It's a bit freaky looking. It's got all these, like tentacles and stuff like that. Looks like a giant, toothy space squid. But it gets pulled into the gravity well, and as it's being pulled in, like, its skin is being pulled off of its body and its muscles are being pulled off of the bones. That's
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, it's all happening behind the ship where they're trying to, like, blast out of it.
I'm focused on the ship. I wasn't paying attention.
No, it's actually quite graphic in the background if you're paying attention. So something to be aware of, and as always, preview it first. And with this one, I actually would really recommend that, because I think this could go either way.
I think, obviously every kid is different, but 10-year-old, I would have seen this and not had any problem.
Well, yeah, because you're looking at the ship. Meanwhile, I'm looking at the alien going, shit, that's a really crappy way to die.
Well, that's kind of like the creature that's on the window of the Millennium Falcon when it jumps to hyperspace in Force Awakens. It just kind of like disintegrates.
Yeah, but that's not as graphic because it's disintegrating, whereas this is like, you have like layers of flesh that are being peeled off and pulled into the gravity well as it's trying to swim away.
Yikes.
It actually reminded me a lot more of the Alien movie that I will never watch again, because
Alien 4,
yeah, because I didn't like the way they killed the alien, because it was so like
gross
and graphic and like unnecessary.
And just when it's screaming, it's just really
it disturbs me. Like, I don't like that. I still have bad dreams about that. Like, not nightmares necessarily, just like that idea of like an innocent creature or person or something that's in a situation that you can't rescue them from. I don't know if anybody else has dreams like that, but I have those all the time, and it's really stressful for me. I'm a helper. I like to help people, and so being in a situation where I feel helpless and I can't help somebody that's in danger or hurting, like, those are really stressful dreams for me. Do you not have those? You have zombie dreams.
I have zombie dreams and pipe dreams.
And pipe dreams, and not what pipe dreams actually are. Literally, he's stuck in a pipe.
Yep. That gets narrower and narrower and narrower, and so I go, and then I just like stuck in there and I can't move, and
no. That's stressful even to hear about to me. Oh.
At least once a month I get that one.
That's, this sucks. I'm sorry. No, for me, it's the most stressful dreams that I get, aside from like actual like nightmares where like horrible things are happening and I have a very graphic imagination, which is why I write the kind of stories that I do, because I have a very graphic imagination. But my stress dreams always tend to be like unable to help somebody.
And my sisters would probably be happy to hear that I have shark dreams once in a while.
I'm sure she would.
Yeah.
So you had something you want to talk about? Specific moments we did or did not like. I think I hit mine. My biggest issue with this and all Star Wars movies is the extremely lazy writing. But it's only gotten worse since Disney did what they did, which if you've just joined us, I'll tell you again, all they did was say the books aren't canon and then cherry-picked crap from the books. But they changed the names so they don't have to actually give the writers any royalties or anything. So they basically just fucked over all the authors that have been writing Star Wars forever.
Yeah.
So not a fan as an author and as a human being. It's just a really shitty thing to do. So, but again, that's why the stories don't, I like the way you say hit. Yeah. Stories don't hit because they haven't done it themselves. They've just been like, oh, well, that's a neat idea, that's a neat idea, and that's a neat idea, and let's glue them all together and slap it out there because they're Star Wars fans and they'll go out there just to see it, and they do. So,
well, but they didn't with Solo. And just so everybody understands, the reason Solo did so poorly at the box office was not because of Solo. It was because The Last Jedi was seen as so bad, even though it's my favorite of the sequel trilogy. It was seen as so bad by both the fans and the general public that they refused to go to Solo. So Last Jedi released in December, and then Solo was that following May. So you only had a couple of months turnaround. They were trying to pull a Marvel thing, and they were going to do that where they released a few movies every year, and it backfired tremendously.
So here's the thing. Soapbox for a second. Here's the thing about that. If you don't like a movie, take it out on that movie. Don't take it out on another movie, because the other movie's got different actors in it, and their income is based on how that movie does. So they've got the chunk that they get at the beginning, but then they get residuals based off of how the movie performs. Mm-hmm. So taking it out on Solo that you didn't like Last Jedi is the stupidest thing in the world, because it's a different director, it's different actors. So the people that you're punishing are not the people that made the shitty movie you didn't like. I mean, that's like being pissed at somebody and punching their dog. It doesn't make any sense.
Wait, you're not supposed to do that? I'm just kidding. Do not punch dogs.
Don't
ever.
Punch dogs, please. Unless it's chewing your arm off, in which case I highly recommend it. It lets it let go.
No. You bite it back.
No.
That's always what I've been told. If a dog is biting on you and won't stop, you bite it back.
That's horrible advice.
It asserts dominance on the dog.
No.
Even dog trainers have told me that.
No. Here's the problem with that idea. You got a dog that's chewing on you.
No. I'm not talking like this. I'm talking like...
You got a dog biting you. Rabid, crazy, angry, attacking you. And you're going to put your face next to it?
Yeah. Why not?
It can chew on my arm. It's not getting anywhere near my neck or my face. It chews me here. I die. There's a major artery right here, and it cuts through that, and I'm fucked. So, no, it can have the fucking arm. I'll get a hook, and it'll be fine.
How are you going to wipe your butt, then?
I have 2 hands.
Okay.
With toilet paper. Are you the one that taught our kids that joke?
Yes,
oh my god.
Yes.
He teaches our small children this joke about, what do you wipe your...
What's your name?
Melissa. Or Mel.
Oh, what? Hi, I'm Zim. What do you wipe your butt with?
You want me to do so that you can do the joke?
Yeah.
Or, okay, toilet paper.
Oh, I wipe mine with my hand.
So our 4-year-old is now telling this joke on repeat.
It's just a flesh wound.
Merely a flesh wound. No, I'd rather lose appendages than my head, because I can survive the appendages. Although maybe not all of them at once. I'm holding a sword in my teeth. Fight you.
Come back, I'll bite your legs off.
Oh, man. man. Now I'm in the mood for that.
All right.
1, 2, 5.
3, sir.
3.
We better not try another frontal attack.
What did I say? I said we're running out of time. We went to break late. We got to stay.
Okay. All right. So.
Not dead yet.
The spoiler spoilers up. Okay. Spoiler that I have is that at the end of the movie, Darth Maul makes his theatrical return, and it's pretty freaking epic. I thought it was awesome.
Yeah, I was a little surprised when you told me that was the big reveal.
And it's actually Ray Park. Of course, he didn't do the voice because he's got this high squeaky voice, so he didn't do it in Phantom Menace either. But they didn't get the Phantom Menace guy back. Instead, it's Sam Witwer, who was he played the Vader's apprentice in the Force Unleashed video games.
So I did not feel like that was even treated like a reveal because they've talked about this guy they work for the whole time, and then like that guy was Maul.
But I didn't expect it to be Maul.
Oh, yeah.
So the reason we were talking about this on break, the reason I didn't expect it to be Maul is in the old books, the group is called the Black Sun, and it's controlled by this alien named Shizor. So when they made Red Dawn in the movie, I was like, or Crimson Dawn, sorry, Red Dawn's another movie.
Red Dawn, something else.
Yeah, Red Dawn, something else completely. Crimson Dawn, I figured it would be where they start throwing Shizor in, and no, it was Darth Maul. It was freaking awesome.
But I didn't have the previous knowledge, so I was like, oh, okay, so the guy they answer to is Maul. All right.
Okay.
But that tracks. It's fine. It's power hungry. It works.
Okay.
The things that I felt like the movie really treated like reveals was her choosing to take over, essentially. And then Beckett's betrayal.
So
was
hers...
They were treated like big reveals.
Hers did not surprise me.
Beckett didn't surprise me either.
I wasn't sure if Beckett would really do it.
Yeah, of course he would. Of course he would. Anytime you have a character in a movie or a book or a game that warns you about trusting people, that character is going to betray you every single time. Like, they do it every time. Like, I don't even know why they put those lines in anymore, because everybody should know that that is like big, blinking, flashing, bright red sign saying this person is going to stab you in the back. Every time. They do it every time. You want to actually surprise people? Don't warn them. Just don't warn them. Just have it happen. And then they can feel betrayed too. Like that game that Paul and I played. There was no warning at all. No foreshadowing that other character was a cop that was helping me break out of prison. And so that betrayal was like, what? Like, I was so shocked. And that was like 40 hours of gameplay. It was not a 2-hour movie. Like, don't spoil it. Don't put your cards on the table in the first 5 minutes. Hold on to that shit and then hit them with it at the end so they don't see it coming. Just saying.
All right.
It's your writing advice of tonight. From your friendly neighborhood unpublished author.
So, we want to go on to next week?
Next week, we are watching, if you watched the preview over break, you know we are watching A Prairie Home Companion. I don't know how big of a role he has because the cast is enormous.
Yes.
There's like 20,000 people in it. We're going to have to decide who we actually want to talk about because we're not going to be able to get through everybody.
That's a lot of people. You sure it's 20,000?
It's 20,000 exactly. I counted. That's all I did today. I counted.
It's not 20,001?
No, it's exactly 20,000. I'm sure I didn't lose count.
All right, 19,999.
No, it's a very big cast. We're not going to talk about everybody. We're going to have to like figure that out because it's a big cast. So I don't know how big of a role he has in it because I saw it, I think, when it went to theaters.
I have never seen A Prairie Home Companion. I used to listen to the radio show on NPR, but I do not know this movie.
I remember seeing it. I remember nothing else about it. In fact, I remember so little about it, I was surprised to see that Woody Harrelson was in it. And also that Meryl Streep was in it. And I get the sense she's the main character. So I'm like...
Oh, no.
We'll make sure she's on the list next week. People we talk about. Zim is a huge Meryl Streep fan. Massive. And then
I do like The Devil Wears Prada.
we are creeping up to the end of the month. So it's Prairie Home
Yes.
Companion next week, and then the week after that we are doing The Hunger Games. This will also have the next actor we're going to watch in it as well. So it'll have both Woody Harrelson and our September actor. You want to do our hints so far?
Okay, so the hints so far. The person from Hunger Games that we will be going to for September is a male. He has a star on Canada's Walk of Fame in Toronto. And new for this week, he is vampire adjacent.
It's my vampire fangs. Did you know, fun vampire fact, did you know that you can identify where people know vampires from by where they put their caps? Their fang caps. People will dress like vampires and they'll put caps on based off of where they think vampire fangs should be. And I can tell, for the most part, what they know it from based off of where they put them. For example, they'll put them, so I don't know the teeth name, but you have the two front teeth and then you have the ones next to your two front teeth.
Uh-huh.
If they're True Blood fans, they will put them there.
Okay.
But for like,
It
if
should
it's,
be here because that's where your canines are.
so it's on the canines if it's Vampire Diaries or like Dracula. And then a lot of the other ones have like multiple teeth. So Nosferatu fans will have like a whole bunch of fangs going on there. And
Well, the Nosferatu
Nosferatu's right in the front.
The front
Yeah.
too, yeah.
Yep. And then you've got like Celine. Underworld, they actually have, so they have fangs, and then the second teeth in, they have a little like dip to the inside. So the
Okay.
bottom is like slanted. So they actually have like a double fang.
Okay.
And people will literally do fangs based off of the vampires that they know. And so I can literally like, I mean, unless it's like the little teeth that you like put in, they're connected and they're really uncomfortable and impossible to talk in. But caps,
Oh, it's
yes,
like this.
yeah. But if people put like fang caps in their mouth, I can pretty much guess where they know their vampires from. I'm slightly obsessed with vampires, and I'm very excited that our next actor is vampire adjacent, because there will be vampires next month. Very excited. Vampires are fun, as long as they don't sparkle. Those are not vampires. Those are fairies.
Yes, he is. Although I saw the trailer.
No, I mean like fae.
Right, I get it. I saw the trailer for the Batman. He looks freaking awesome.
They have the trailer out now?
Oh yeah, I saw it at when I went to Suicide Squad.
I'm glad he's getting something else, because Twilight basically tanked his career.
Yeah, and
he's actually quite talented aside
people
from
are
Twilight.
naysaying it. I think it looks great.
They're
I'm
naysaying
so
it just because it's
excited.
him, though.
Not just him, it's like the whole cast. I'm like, how can you not love this cast? Like,
Because people hate him because of Twilight. And it's not his fault, guys. He didn't write the books.
they were also hugely popular
He was
and made a lot of money.
He was a young actor and needed a job. Go watch him as Cedric Diggory. He is awesome in that role.
Yes, I remember when the whole team.
And I wanted a Team Cedric.
Team Cedric.
I wanted a Team Cedric shirt because Twilight can kiss my ass.
Robert Pattinson,
Pattinson, yeah.
who played the vampire in
Edward?
Twilight.
Edward, is that it?
Yes, Edward.
I've actually seen all of the movies.
I've only seen the first one.
They improved as they went along.
I did read the first book though, because
I have not. I could not commit the kind of time to that shit to read a whole book.
I was making fun of it, and someone was like, "That's just the movie. You need to make fun of, or you need to read the book to really get it." And so I read the book, and it was just as bad. And so that way I could officially make fun of it and not. Yeah.
I'm not a.
I also thought a Team Buffy shirt would have been cool.
Yeah, Team Slayer. Yeah. So there will be vampires next month, and I'm very excited, right? Because we're gonna do the vampire adjacent thing, right?
Yes,
For our
yeah,
vampire
I
adjacent
believe
actor.
that's on the
I'm
list,
very
yeah.
excited. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't actually have a list yet.
Right, but the titles we've been mulling over, kicking around.
I'm excited. because I enjoy vampires a lot. All right, we're going to let you guys go because we're 10 minutes late. So we will see you guys next Monday right here for Monday Movie Madness. I'm Mel. This is Zim. We're here at 8 p.m. every Monday night. Next week, we'll be talking to Prairie Home Companion and...
Mad Misadventures, Mel and Paul play games live Tuesday and Thursday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Central. And as a special treat this week, for my birthday, I am guest host of the Mad Misadventures. We're going to play some pirates, right?
Yes. He gets to join us and is picking the games. And so we are playing some Sea of Thieves this week.
Sea of Thieves. So if you'd like to get on and hear us, our comical musings tomorrow while we play through some Jack Sparrow.
So we're doing the Pirates of the Caribbean stuff on Sea of Thieves, right?
Yeah. Then join us at 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. and we'll be there.
Sounds great. All right, we will see you guys next week. And if you join us for the game show tomorrow, we will see you then.
Yeah, otherwise...
10 a.m. Central. Otherwise, see you next week at...
Same mad time, same mad channel.
Awesome. Have a great week, guys.
Nanu.
Where is it? See you later. Boom.